Alright guys, today we're going to hop into a natural makeup application. First we're going to start with brows. You want to make sure you spoolie them out so that they're nice and defined. And then you're going to go in and create the shape that you want by drawing it on. This shape depends on the client and how they like their brows. Next, you're gonna go in and fill in any spaces that you see gaps. You wanna make sure that you fill them in and spoolie as you go to make sure you don't apply too much product and to spread the product out. Once you have your desired shape, take your concealer and go in under the eyebrow and above the eyebrow. You can use two different shades if you prefer. I tried to find something close to the client's skin and not use as much on top, but I'll blend that in later when I apply foundation. Go in and carve out the brow. I'll let the brows sit for a while. I'm spraying a facial mist as a moisturizer and adding on primer. This is a hydrating primer. And now I'm going back to the eyes to let that primer and moisturizer sink in. I apply concealer on the lid to make a clean canvas, and I'm going to buff it out and also buff the eyebrows out. Make sure that you blend right here before you set any powder on top of it so that it does not settle into creases. And if it ever gets dry, you may spray some more mist and it'll hydrate it and help it to move. Now I'm going in with the powder that is the same color as her eyelid. And then I'm going in with a deeper color, kind of like your bronzer color, just to put all over the eyelid to create a little depth. Make sure you blend it in. I'm taking the previous brush to make sure that that blends in at top. Next, I'm going in with liquid eyeliner. If you mess up with this, it's okay. You'll see me kind of go back and fix it because it depends on the client if they blink or not. You want them to be totally still, but if not, it's fixable, which I'm doing right here. Take a little concealer, dab it along the part that you want to fix, let it sit for a minute, and then you'll go in and blend it out. You'll see me do that in just a second. I'm adding mascara while that's sitting. Use your time wisely. Here I'm going in and blending it and putting that eyeshadow back on top of it. I'll go in and perfect them later when I do lashes. Here we apply foundation. I don't apply a lot, especially if it's an everyday makeup. I apply my mist, hydrating mist, to help blend it out. And you want to kind of pat. Once you have your foundation blended all the way in, make sure you go down the neck. You're going to apply concealer. Here we're doing a color that's close to her skin tone. I'll let it sit for a while so that it will not be translucent, to be more opaque. And I'll go ahead and do bronzer while that's sitting. Remember, bronzer is forehead, your cheek area where you want to structure that jawbone, and down below. We're going to blend out the concealer. You see I use the mist a lot. It's actually my mist that I created. Make sure that you blend out everything before you put setting powder. That's me putting setting powder. I like to blend one eye at a time so that it does not settle into the creases. Because if you put setting powder on top of some creases, it's going to stay. Here, we're creating depth and kind of contouring the nose. This is a nice little contour, and I go through and take the powder brush that I had and brush it over it just to make sure that it is seamless and not a heavy contour. Here I'm going back in and blending out that contour that we put to make it match a little more and a little less dramatic. And I'm adding face powder as well. Here I'm adding a little brown up under the eyes and blush and highlight. These are all optional. You don't have to do them, but I see that they add color back to the face. Here I'm using a brow gel to keep those brows locked all the way into place for all day wear. I'm gonna apply mascara to the bottom lashes. This is a little tricky. If you do get some on your bottom lash or under eye, you can either blend it out or wait till it dries and use a spoolie to break it off. Don't be afraid. Here I'm going back in with the liner just to make sure that it's dark enough and that the line is to my liking. Going in with the lip liner. You can overdraw if you feel like you need to. And I went in with gloss, NYX Butter Gloss. I love it, I love it. And I went back in with the pencil just to define it. That is setting spray that I just used. That will keep your face on all day. Here's a little hack. I like to apply the lash glue to the lash line so that when you pop the lash on, it will stay in place, as you can see. Make sure that you pull down so that they don't have anything stuck, and ask them to open, and it should be on and stuck. You can always adjust them later, which I ended up adjusting them. Here's the finished look. I'm just going back and adding powder just to make sure that it's all blended, and finishing touches. That's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed.